All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Trading Rolly. We're going to do an altcoin report. Happy weekend to everybody. All the markets are up, looking good. We're pumping. Bitcoin's pumping. Nasdaq's up. All that good stuff. So we'll do some technical analysis, do the Bitcoin dominance chart real quick, the overall altcoin market, look at some large caps like Ethereum, Link, Litecoin. We can go down to some of the DeFi, Uni, however you want to pronounce it. We'll look at YFI. All right, guys, go ahead, hit that like, comment, subscribe, tick the bell for notifications. Remember, these are my own ideas and opinions on the market, so do your own research and trade at your own risk. All right, it's Good Friday. Looking at Ethereum, hitting that resistance level, that previous top that we hit earlier in September. If you caught the end of the Bitcoin stream, you saw I was calling that daily breakout right here. You had that daily close above the downtrend resistance. You can see it on the daily. You can see it on the 4-hour. A little clearer. Looked good, and you had a nice pump. Let's see. Just from here to there, that's about 15%. We are approaching that previous top, so you might see resistance in this level. Everything's looking great. Bitcoin obviously on a tear, and the altcoins have been the laggard, but altcoins have been beaten so down that it's only, it's their time to shine. You can see that with the Bitcoin dominance. I also pointed out the Bitcoin dominance a couple days ago was high on that RSI. This is the daily chart. The Stokes were way high. The RSI was high. It was just a matter of time till it came back down, and we're seeing the altcoins basically get their pump. So the Bitcoin dominance is the dominance in the market, and as Bitcoin's dominance goes up, it means it's outperforming the altcoins. Altcoins have been lagging. Bitcoin's just been going up and up. Altcoins have actually been going opposite, down and down, but this dominance chart hit the RSI overbought, so I was expecting some altcoins to get a pump. And that's what we're seeing. You do see some resistance right here. The moving averages I don't look at too often on Bitcoin dominance. I do like to look at the RSI though, because you can see it has called tops and bottoms before. So, we were at that point. Hopefully, for the altcoins, this will make its way down this way, and the altcoins can catch up because they have been beaten down badly. Looks good on the dominance. Let's just look at the overall altcoin market as a whole. You were consolidating, so you hit your top here. You got the cross up on the daily Stokes. Plenty of room to run on the RSI. We're about to meet this resistance. This is overall, so this is, all 1,000 of them. And you can see you're hitting that resistance level right there. If you break that resistance, you will have a large breakout. Nice consolidation. This breakout will probably be at least half the equal distance of this rally just on the technicals. So let's just do half of the rally from there to there, drag it on up. I mean, that's a large gain. Let's just look at it for a perspective from the altcoin market. It's about, where are we? 36. Where is it? Where am I getting? About 40. Let's say 40% gain on the altcoin market. Some of these might run 100%, 200%, depending on the demand and how badly they've been beaten down. All right, so let's go look at some of those individual altcoins. Ethereum, you saw that breakout there. Let's just look at its moving averages real quick. You can see it's well above. Take a look at the weekly. Ethereum, this is nice. Oh, wow. This weekly candle, if we can get a close above 440, I would say, you're going to have a weekly candle close above that cluster there. So once you hit that weekly, you had resistance on that following candle. And we're going to close above this level. You can just draw a quick. I believe in my horizontals. My horizontals are probably the top indicator of choice. And then, you could look at, I wouldn't even say patterns. Diagonals are not as powerful as horizontals. But I do like moving averages. I like my stochastics and RSI. Obviously, that's what we show every day here. I'm just trying to change the width. Okay, so, and we do this often where if you have a top, like this top here, the potential retest of resistance, support, you came down, the yellow 21 held it up there. So if we break higher, the potential retest would be that top there. But everything's looking good, bullish. You're maintaining that weekly above the yellow 21 EMA, above the pink 10 simple, trying to close higher candle above there. We'll have to see how the weekly finishes. But I have a feeling this weekend is going to be an alt season type of weekend. I could be totally wrong tomorrow. But everything is moving in the uptrend. And past 6 months, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And now about to put in a higher high. So it's an uptrend. Let's move a little quicker. Litecoin. Let's look at Litecoin. So hitting this yellow horizontal exactly. I've had this yellow horizontal drawn for some time. Where did this come from? Like exactly to the touch. You can see how it was resistance. Okay, support, resistance. When you broke down, resistance, 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 and resistance again. So 65 is a tough level for Litecoin. Litecoin, most people forgot about this year, but with the PayPal addition of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin might see some love. It's like instead of the Coinbase effect, it's the PayPal effect, maybe. Time will tell. So we need to break that 65. The next level of interest is that peak there, around 80, 81. Next peak here around 140. So those would be the levels to the upside. And, you know, Litecoin has also been putting in these lower highs. That's something you want to see change. Going to the weekly, you can see just high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and still lower high. But, my friend, we have a low, a higher low, a higher low. So if we can break that level, you're now putting in an uptrend. And like I said, your target's 80, 81, and then break that, it's 140. And you can see a pattern in how we do our horizontals, the diagonals, and all that good stuff. Looking at your weekly Litecoin Stoke, it's up. Moving quicker, let's go to Cardano real quick. Cardano, looking at the weekly, I can see above all moving averages, Stoke from the bottom, potential cross up. I like that. Bouncing from the neutral zone on the RSI, make plenty of room to run higher if the market wants to go. Again, you had this lower highs, it broke that lower high. Now you have a new high, and now you're in a new uptrend, and you have a higher low, and we want to see another higher high, have a nice uptrend here. You know, what would be a target? We already broke that. See, you can see these peaks, how they just play out time and time again. This peak topped out at that peak there, you know, around, what, 16 cents. So the next peak I see is around 40 cents. From here to 40 cents, that's 250% gain. If we have a bull season, this is what we've been working on for 3 years. If you're new to the game, get ready, and you're lucky. I hope you know how to trade because the time is now. Let's just go over to some of the low caps or the DeFi plays. YFI, this has been a story the past few months. Guys, respect the technicals. I just posted on Twitter at Trading Rolly. So you had this run up here. We saw the head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder breakdown. Perfect measured move all the way back down to the cluster here. Bounced off the cluster, formed a descending triangle. Perfect measured move from the descending triangle back down to this top here. And then after the bounce, your first daily candle stopped at the yellow 21 EMA. Our next daily candle, look at the rejection, but it topped out at the 50 simple. You have your the 10 simple, pink 10 simple, rejected. And then you finally break that. You got the yellow 21 EMA first resistance. Then you hit that blue 50 simple, next resistance. You saw how the pink 10 simple, perfect bounce. Yellow 21 EMA, perfect bounce. Textbook. Screenshot it. Study it. It doesn't always get as, textbook as technical. This is why we do the technicals. And I think for, something like a cryptocurrency like YFI that was just created past couple months, there's no business plan. All we're trading on is, what do they call it? Speculation. So when the only thing is speculation, the technicals are very important. This rejection is ugly. We're retesting that. So you have these levels. You have a support, right? It's, flipped as resistance. You hit your resistance here, coming back to retest as support. If I go down to a 4-hour real quick. Okay. So retesting as support. We could even see that. Let's look a little closer. So, wow, that's quite a wick. I will say when you see wicks like that on Bitcoin, if you see a wick like that on Bitcoin, it's usually calling a local top. However, these altcoins are very illiquid, means little money can push the price crazy. So you can see a wick like that and it could very well be the top, or it could just keep pumping. I wouldn't be shorting necessarily right now with all the bullish action with the volume looking like that. It's looking good. But I would say on a more liquid asset like Bitcoin, so YFI has about 300 million in market cap and Bitcoin has 300 billion in market cap. So if you saw a wick like that on Bitcoin, I would say it's probably the top. Let's just look at Uni one time, and then I'm going to be out. Uni 1 hour above all major moving averages, looking good. The daily, nice bounce here, breaking above the yellow 21 EMA. Let's just see if the daily can close above that yellow 21 EMA at $2.66. But you see how it was resistance here on the previous daily candle. Let's see if we can get that close above and then continue higher. Printing a new blue 50 simple at 338. Your daily is crossed up from the bottom and time to rise. And like I said, that Bitcoin dominance, from the top, we were looking at the Bitcoin dominance, how the Bitcoin dominance was overbought. So, and you're also, you had this trading range here. So you had support in this region and now it can flip as resistance. So you could have a bit of a, you could see the Bitcoin dominance come down here. And if the Bitcoin dominance comes this way and your RSI comes this way, you will see the altcoins go up. It's a good time for the crypto market. I'll keep you posted. Do another Bitcoin breakdown soon. We'll take a look at some of the stocks. Pot stocks booming. Pot stocks were booming. Growth stocks, NASDAQ. All that. Look, NASDAQ, Apple, Square, Tesla, they all trade like some of these altcoins. So, you got to stay in the game, pay attention to all of the markets, because when one is boring, there's always a market that's bullish. All right, that's enough for me. Hit that like. This is Trading Rolly. I'll see you next time.